It's written by J.A. Saba, political observer, Voice of National Conscience. It says, how Ghana's media is captured and why it may never recover. It says, there was a time Ghana's press backed and bite. It was the age of Kweku Baako Jr., Kofi Kumsin, and Professor P.A.V. Ansah, towering voices who turned journalism into a civic shield against military boots and party brutality. Their courage, in alliance with civil society, exposed the AFRC and PNDC human rights abuses. They stripped the PNDC of its propaganda cloak and ushered in the dawn of constitutional democracy. But history took a sharp turn. After the NDC's 2000 electoral defeat, they did not sulk. They strategized. They saw clearly what the MPP failed to grasp. In a democracy, the airwaves are the new arsenal. While the MPP basked in its early 2000s victory, drunk on constitutional legitimacy, the NDC went to work. Quietly, they began recruiting media minds, sponsoring media startups, buying airtime, building alliances. They knew what they were doing. By 2012, media houses weren't just covering politics. Many had merged ideologically with it. Today, the numbers are staggering. Out of 549 active licensed FM stations in Ghana, over 410 are NDC owned or NDC aligned. Out of 135 active TV stations, more than 120 lean towards the NDC orbit. And the biggest players, multimedia, the group of Joy FM, Joy News, Adom FM, and Media General, TV3, Onua TV, etc., alone command over 50% of national listenership and viewership. Both have gone politically green. In contrast, the MPP, rigid, risk-averse, and almost aristocratically indifferent, failed to adapt. They assumed that good governance alone would win the media's affection. Worse, under Akufo-Addo, they reportedly refused to play financial football with key media houses, choosing austerity over patronage. That choice, while morally commendable, came at a political cost. The media turned from disinterested observers into hostile prosecutors. From 2021 to 2024, mainstream media outlets opened unrelenting fire on Akufo-Addo's regime, often unfairly, sometimes maliciously, but always lethally. The MPP walked into an ambush they didn't even know how they had been set. When the dust cleared in 2024, the party has suffered one of its most humiliating defeats in history. Some party voices now conveniently blame Dr. Bawumia, but the true betrayal came from a media landscape that the party ignored, misread, and lost. The silence of that media today under John Maham's renewed presidency is deafening. Take the CJ Tokonu assault, for instance, a clear constitutional crisis, yet no media of national repute has mounted editorial resistance. There are no front page screams, no investigative documentaries, no balanced debate. What we hear instead is prosecution by broadcast, mostly aimed at the judiciary while shielding the executive. There is no longer a media ecosystem. It's a captured communications infrastructure, weaponized, sanitized, and embedded in power. When journalists become presidential appointees, when editorial lines sound like cabinet scripts, the republic is no longer guarded. It is choreographed. The MPP's sin wasn't only arrogance, it was lethargy in a high-speed political war. They underestimated the enemy. They overestimated their moral credit. And they forgot the simplest law in politics. You don't win hearts or elections with silence. The press once held the sword of truth. Today, many hold the president's briefcase. Ghana's media, if you ask, may never rise to the fourth estate realm again. Very interesting, very partisan, and very touchy. We'll leave it with you for now, and then we can do food for thought on Let's